Okay, nobody's out here saying fuck black women. Black women ain't shit. Now
What
you
I'm
might
saying is
have.
that you guys are turning black
Let me
women
let me let.
off. I hear
Okay,
what black
listen,
women are
listen,
saying. I'm
listen,
in the
listen,
private
listen,
group.
Hold
listen,
on, and
listen,
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
listen,
say
ahead.
something
listen,
too.
listen. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. It's all about us having the dialogue. If we both can't sit here and have the dialogue, answer the tough questions, it's going to be more of this nonsense because all I've been hearing is you saying this, that, and the third. Okay, you may have your people and your pundits that probably feel the way that you feel. But you are not only speaking for a small, just like you said, this is a small sector. You're only speaking for a
It's a small
small,
corner of
minute.
YouTube that's not bashing
Listen,
black women.
listen.
The rest of
But
YouTube is.
the real world isn't bashing all black women. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You know what I mean? Yes, we have our
You're
issues. We have our
gaslighting
listen.
me. Oh
No,
my
we're
God.
not.
All
No,
The
right,
no,
rest of
all
the
right.
world
So
is bashing black women.
hold,
What
me
do
say
you
something real quick.
mean?
no. The rest
hold
of the world, all black men on this planet Earth, including in America, are not wasting their times saying black women ain't shit. That is not true. That is
That,
a false statement. That is a broad statement.
right.
I don't
Okay.
know where you must have been under a
Okay, hold
rock.
on. I'm gonna Ray, go ahead and
I
speak, but I
hear
want to
it.
get you as
I'm a,
well
I'm a,
on here too.
you right, brother. You right about that. The world is not in America is not, but she is right. On YouTube, there is a wide range of
And
black women
Twitter and Facebook,
Hold
all of
on.
it.
that is really bashing black women, and that's what we really have to put it into that because, like I said, to what end? I mean, she's right about that.
Okay. So hold on. With
And
that
it
being
is
said,
spilling over
I
into
respect
real
what you're saying.
life. I don't know
I
why you
respect
guys
what.
would
No,
admit
listen,
that. It's
listen. No,
spilling over
listen.
into
I
real
am not
life.
saying. I am
Conservative.
not
Hold on. I
saying.
understand
Listen.
what
That
you're
I
saying.
understand.
Hold
I'm,
on.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true. But here's the thing. All cultures bash each other, bro. It's not one of those things. We can't make it exclusive to black men and black women. The problem
It's
we have
kind of
here is
exclusive.
no. We have to have the conversation. It's all about dialogue.
I understand.
If we can't even come to the table and have the dialogue, then it's going to seem a certain way. Me, I'm open to having the dialogue with any man, any woman, any person in our community that's willing to have the dialogue. The real question is, are you allowing yourself to take it in, or are you one of those people that are gonna like listen to whoever you listen to and think that that is law? That is not law for everybody.
The
Gentlemen,
thing is,
Okay.
Cynthia's really not saying anything wrong if you just listen to what she's saying.
Kevin Samuels
Let,
isn't either, but you have a problem with what
She
he's
just
saying.
says stop using our wounds as a portal to get on the planet if you're going to dog us out, if you're going to mistreat us, and if you guys hate single moms, and if you guys think so horribly of black women, then why use our wounds? It's like you're using us. Like,
all right.
we don't
All
want to be
right.
used anymore.
We
All
we all
I
we
don't
right.
all
have
we
Let's
any
all are
get
kids, but
responsible.
hold up.
Let me say,
Conservative black
Courtney,
woman and Rod.
may I
Chill out for a
may I say?
second. Let me get Q.
Okay.
Q. Thank you for well, you was cammed up. What you got for us?
what's up, Q?
Yo, what up, family? Yo, Omawale, shout out to you, family. Courtney, thank you for pulling me up on the panel and stuff. I heard everybody talking about Cynthia. Cynthia, my homegirl. Like that's like to say like family and stuff.
oh,
You know what I
that's
mean?
good.
Okay.
Naz, Taz, Nyla and stuff. Like Cynthia promotes me almost on every single video she does for the last almost 4 years straight.
Oh yeah, I heard a Q
All
butter.
right.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
let's see.
go ahead.
What do you have to say, Q?
To add to the conversation, I think being racist is cool, and I think we should teach racial pride as early as possible, and actively seeking relationships that perpetuate the furtherance of your community, and also substantiate the ability for your community to sustain itself should be fundamental. Now, if you're gonna argue with somebody about their preference, once if that's your preference, cool, conversation over. But there's millions of black people who really just want to be around black people who care about doing stuff for black people. There's a
I
lot of
wouldn't
us
say
who,
millions. Probably in Africa, but not here in America.
Let
Black
him.
people
no,
are sick of each other.
Well,
I'm sorry.
conservative. Let him.
unfortunately, there's a lot
I'm
of people who have that experience, but fortunately for me, I don't.
Q.
Everything I do and everything I'm associated to is just nothing but
Hold on,
black
Q.
people.
You said at the beginning. I don't know if you misspoke, but you said it's cool to be racist. Did you not? Did you just say that?
Yeah,
Okay, let's bring that back. What does that mean to you? Because race being a racist, what does that define that for me?
Someone who actively pushes their race, someone who
No,
does things consistently for their race. I think
that's
most
not a
people have a
You
racist.
mean a
Hold on,
nationalist?
conservative.
most people
Education.
have a view of racism
That's not
through
racist.
the white people's lens.
Hold
But what
on,
I'm going to explain it to you is
because
I
it's not.
will
That's not racist.
actively put a black person's resume above a white person's. If
Okay.
a black person is fired, we will go find another black person. If there's an apartment that needs to be rented, you give it to a black person. If there's a
Any
business,
black person? Or,
no, you
I'm
go
sorry.
find someone who's actually good. That's your job. You always to find somebody who's black. And you actively do that. You actively put out propaganda to perpetuate the empowerment of your community. You actively promote the lifestyles that are going to heal your community. You do holidays. You promote media. You create parades. You promote shirts. You do everything in your power to put your race ahead of anyone else's. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, hey, anybody who else, what, if you ain't banging black, we're going to put us ahead of you.
I
Well,
think it's just being
the idea,
not
hold on, the
racist.
idea of race, the idea of racism is in feeling superior over race, over a particular race or different races. So it's this superiority complex that you have.
For
That's
black
what
supremacy.
racism is.
Yeah.
And
So it's the
discrimination.
idea is not being pro-black, or I'm going to hire someone black before I hire somebody white. I mean, it could if you own if you own the whole particular company and you think you're superior, then it could be on a microcosm level racism. But you just wanting to support black, that's not racist. It's and being from the South, being where the KKK was founded, Pulaski, Tennessee. I'm telling you what racism is that they
No,
feel.
no, I understand. And that's why
They
I
think
said
I'm
most people, not to cut
okay.
you, most people's perception of racism is based off of their experience with whites. That's what I said. My perception and my understanding of racism is based off of community development, where if you can go into to a community and isolate your services, particularly to a specific population. Now, so people have been sued. Medgar Evers College was sued for saying they have black male programs. Like the usage of certain terminology can be deemed racist on the
Can
book.
we define racism like by the dictionary real quick?
Well,
Because
No
let's
problem.
not. Well, we can, but I also want to stick on topic as far as is
yeah,
being, is your
absolutely.
preference is that
hmm
inevitably racist? You
Yeah,
No
only
problem.
and so
wanting to date, telling black
right.
women I will never date you.
So I'm gonna say no. A preference. My preference is not racist because I literally don't have a racist outlook. I just happen to like black men. I would date outside of my race, but I wouldn't marry outside of my race because I'm of a mixed race background and I understand the intricacies of raising mixed children is problematic for me, and I'm not interested in doing that. But by definition, racist
But they
is
said that mixed
literally
kid will
as
be
an
black.
adjective.
Sorry.
Huh?
They said that
I'm
mixed
clear.
kids are black.
I'm clear about that. I'm clear about that. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm clear about that. By definition, racist is having, reflecting, or fostering the belief that a race, see race entry, as a fundamental determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. I don't have those personal beliefs. So just because I prefer to only date black men, but without that belief system in my mind in courting, it doesn't make my preference racist. Now, if I thought that I'm superior to another race, then yeah, my preferences would be racist because white men are, they just want me to be a bed wench and blah 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 blah. If I thought all that, then yeah, my preference would be based on racism. Just wanted to clear that up because we're kind of going off the top of the head, and I'm like, let's define racist because
No,
I
I
get it.
got you. So according to
Yeah,
Merriam, a racist is someone having, reflecting, or fostering the belief that race is a fundamental determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent
I just read that.
superiority of a
Yeah,
particular race. So
yeah.
for me, I'm stating that my actions will do what I'm doing is based off of the purpose of creating a superior position for my people. So if I'm saying that I'm going to put black people's resumes first, is because my
I
goal is to
can't hear
get
you.
black people economically empowered.
So do you have a business? Do you have a LLC to put black
Yes,
people
I have.
first?
Right now I have a
To
music
hire
studio
black
that's
people?
filled with black men. I have an institute that's filled with 250 black students only across the country, all black people only. I have 2 locations in Brooklyn. Both of them are inside of a black-owned business, black-owned locations. This one I'm sitting in is owned by a black woman and black man, 30 years, and the other location is owned by a black woman and black man. Everything I do is surrounded by black people.
Are you in Atlanta too?
No, I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay. Well, you're an outlier. This does not represent the collective of black men. What
It
you're
depends on where
doing,
you're
and
at.
what you're
It
doing is
depends.
great.
There's a lot of black men doing stuff like this.
Where are you getting the? Okay, this is to conservative black women. You're an outlier, which you're calling him. Where are you getting your ideas of black men?
I'm looking at the collective. I'm a social worker, so I
Where?
see things. I go into homes. I see things. I'm not going to go too much
as a
into
social
on-
worker. Hold on, but as a social worker, you're going into homes where there's problems with.
Yes,
So
and that
you're
represents the
collective.
collective.
That's like me working in an AIDS facility, and I see majority of Mexicans in that area, and I'm saying, well, Mexicans all must have. No, it's you're in that facility. That's what you're going to see more of, depending on your area. But that's not a whole.
That's
we got to get out of the mind frame.
Collective, we're in bad shape. I don't think you realize how bad of a shape black people are really in. I know we like to kind of, especially black men, we live in a delusion in a sense, but we're in bad shape.
Conservative black women.
I'm not trying to even be funny. This is serious.
Okay.
Can I ask you, what issues do white people have?
What do you mean, what issues? They have the same issues as everybody else, but
they dying out.
We have it on a bigger scale, even though we're the smallest population.
Not true.
Or smaller compared to white
Not
people.
True. Guess what? I live around white people. I live in a white neighborhood. I have for a long time. And trust me, their issues.
And you feel safer, don't you? Don't you feel safe living around white people?
I'm going to be honest with you. I do, to a degree, feel safer, but I'm saying, but they don't, I'm a different type of black guy.
Thank you for being honest.
I'm going to be honest, but that don't mean that they don't have issues. They have a lot of issues.
Thank you for being honest.
I'm gonna be for a better
You gotta be honest. You feel safe around white people.
Yeah, for
me too. A bunch of white people, I don't feel safe.
Right.
Hold up.
You feel safe around a bunch of black people?
Yep.
Let me respond to this right here, Alpha Omega. This is again the issue and the problem that we have here. Again, why we have so extremists on both sides, men and women. It's because the perpetuation of lies. So, Alpha Omega, 80% wedlock equals bad shape, in my opinion. Where are you getting 80%? It's not true. Let me share my screen, because I get so tired of this. It's just nonsense. And then you wonder why Cynthia G does this, because it makes black women look bad. It makes black women look bad, and we're not. All right.
Yeah, we're tired of it.
Blackdemographics.com. Let's look at black.
Oh, yeah. Cynthia G debunked Black Demographics. She said that's all BS.
Let's look at the stats here. Okay. Black children, 2 parents, 42%. Where are we getting 80%? That's all children, period. But let's talk about black folks. 42% are raised in 2-parent households. It's not 80. Mother only, 46%. So what's up with the blue? What's up with the 7? Let's scroll down. Living with the father. Living with neither, meaning grandparents, 7%. So it's only 31% of black children that are living with a non-married mother only. The other ones have been divorced, separated, widow. We forget about those. Quit with this bullshit of the 80% out of wedlock. It is not true.
Yeah, Kevin Samuel says that a lot. Oh my God.
That's a major lie.
He says that a lot.
I'm not, let me rock. That's why we're here. That's why we're hearing all this crazy shit. It's because we're perpetuating fucking lies, and no one can pull up a stat. You just listen to what everybody else has to say. Do your own damn research. It's right there.
Right,
like, I'm so damn tired. 80% status. Y'all all you do is get pregnant. But no. But if we keep saying it, and black men keep believing it, And they keep saying that Black women ain't worth the damn because all we do is have sex and have babies out of wedlock, which is not necessarily true because the stats are absolutely wrong. And then you wonder why Cynthia G got a platform.
Right.
And it's growing.
Right. Crazy.
It's growing.
Can I add something real quick with the stats too? A lot of times people don't talk about the population count that they use with the stats. Like some of these stats be based off of like 200 people. Like I know 200 people. Like I know 400 or 500. I know, like literally just look at the very bottom.
Yes,
They'll tell you 400 people, 200 people.
That's the problem. That's the problem with statistics. My godmother, who's a white woman, literally studies statistics, and the biggest issue with statistics is they're based on focus groups.
Exactly.
You can't assume it's in a controlled area.
So when people throw the stats out, I don't. Fellas, I'm gonna say this to y'all fellas: don't argue the stats with sisters. Like, you know what I mean? The stats come from a very personal space that I feel with the sisters. Fellas, I know we have our own stats, but if you hear the sisters saying like, yo, Black men murder women more, Black men are leaving their homes, arguing those stats really don't make any point. Like, I just, from being around Nyla, it really just creates a place where they're gonna respond back with more stats. And the fact that you're not believing them turns it into something else beyond the stats. So it's better off just saying, I understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's not something I deal with. You know what I mean? But if that's what you're experiencing, what can I do to help you? And it throws the whole conversation off, just repersonalize it. Like, look, sister, what can I? And if they don't want help, all right, then that's the end of the conversation.
All right. One Community, have you something to say?
Oh yeah, peace to everybody. Peace to you, Court, for having me here.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm listening to the whole conversation from everybody. You know, shout out to the conservative Black woman. She's here too. I get her views. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own viewpoints. I just think a lot of time we have limited viewpoints. I think a lot of times, like as soon as you brought up the stats, she said Cynthia G debunked the stats. I think we need
to debunk Black demographics because it's kind of biased, and Kevin Samuels likes to use that. And it was debunked by Cynthia G a couple times.
Conservatives, I don't
see a lot of the times with all the stats. You know what I mean? I think we could throw away a lot of the stats. A lot of times it's people that control those narratives and are trying to push those narratives. When we come and talk about Black people and the love for Black people, I experience it every day. I don't see attention. I show love to people every day, but most definitely to my Black people. I'm a person that's online. I lift Black women. I don't put them down. My son's mother tried to kill my baby. I don't call them bees. I don't call everybody bees and things like that. I'm still doing positive things, right? So I think it's all our perceptions. You know, I think it's all our perception, but I think a certain thing just want to be pushed, right? But just like me, right? Like right now, I'm in the United Kingdom, right? I'm from America. I'm from New York City, right? I know Q. I've been in the studio over there with Q, but all that, right? But right now I'm in UK, right? And just coming here just to the airport, you know what I'm saying? And I was getting a little hassles going through the airport. But as I met Black people, was on lines, I skipped lines, I passed everywhere, I went through. It's just a certain way that we can identify with each other. I think it's just a certain thing. It's just like an unsaid thing of how we can identify with each other. You know what I mean? So
over in the UK or here in the United States?
No, I was just in JFK. Coming here. I'm in the UK now. I'm in the UK now. I've been here for like 12, 13 days now.
Oh,
you know
wow.
Now. So I see things a little different in the UK. It's a little different. I see things more kind of meshed, like with Black and white, and biracial is kind of more like in one more of a melting pot, I think.
Yeah. And you see a lot of Black guys with white women, right?
I would see a lot more. I see a lot of mixed people, some more Black people with white people, and more Black men and women sometimes.
Yeah, you see a lot of Black men with white women, I know.
But not to get away from where I'm at. Where I'm at is that even in America, that's where I'm from. I only been here for 12 days. You know what I'm saying? But in America, when people say that, like Black people, like Black men don't support Black women, or Black women and vice versa, I believe that it's a crock. It's a crock. Okay, YouTube is not the world. Okay,
but it's spilling over, is what I'm saying. I thought the same thing.
Hold on, sister. Listen. I say it's a crock. right? Because
Okay.
you also got to understand that these YouTube content creators have personalities that they're trying to use too as well. You got to add factors in. This is an entertainment business. This is entertainment now. So people taking people entertainment personas and using that as real life. When you go home with Cynthia G at home, we don't know who Cynthia G at home. We don't know who Cynthia G at home. So at the end of the day, you being the Cynthia G on YouTube, but may not be the Cynthia G at home. So we're not going to do that sometimes. So we have to really,
Yeah, that's what concerns me with her sometimes. But that's another.
Sometimes, because a lot of people promote things that they really not living on the end, or sometimes they're promoting it for an agenda, and because other things. When you become successful, you start to get paid, and you start to get pushed. I do music, I've done songwriting, but I've been music over there. I do acting, I'm on Tidal, I do mad thing. I've been in Hollywood. I've seen entertainment business. I've seen people be things for many reasons. So we just can't let people push the narratives on our people. All we could do is try to change the shit by coming together and building and not judging each other. Like, you gonna have your view, he gonna have his view, Ray gonna have his view, everybody gonna have their view. But when we come together, we could probably build on something. So that's where I'm at with things. You know what I mean? Where we go from here.
Obviously, Black men are taking it serious too, because of, like I said, I do feel the tension. I do. I feel it. I see it.
Well,
Black men
let me tell you why you might.
They're
why
angry,
you might feel
and
it.
you can feel the anger, and
But
it's
conservative Black women. This is why you might be feeling it, because again, I'm not feeling it. Catherine is not feeling it. So you got.
But we can be in denial. See, I was in denial.
Hold on. There's 3 Black women on here, but only one is feeling it. But the two black women that aren't, love Black men.
You may ignore.
So I don't have to ignore something, because anybody can get the smoke from me. So it's nothing that I have to ignore. I'm an equal opportunist for mine. So, but
you may be ignoring the signs. I'm an empath. I could feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
you attract what you are. If you have vitriol and hate towards Black men, what you think you don't think people can feel when you walk to them? Something wrong with her. Why she look at me like that? You gonna get it back.